Phoenix Suns have been having a very successful season. They finished the regular season 51-21 and they're second in the West. They're on the verge of going to an NBA Finals since being led by Charles Barkley in 1993. They're on the verge of eliminating the Clippers, which they need one more win, and should be the favorites to win the entire thing. This prompts the question, where did all the success come from? Was it the momentum carrying over from going undefeated in the bubble? Or was it the addition of one Chris Paul? Today we're looking at how Chris Paul has changed life in Phoenix. Chris Paul has had a Hall of Fame career thus far. Back in 2005, he was drafted out of Wake Forest 4th overall by the New Orleans Hornets, now the New Orleans Pelicans. As a rookie, he averaged 16 points per game, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and a very impressive 2.2 steals, which all got him the Rookie of the Year award. He went on to be one of the greatest two-way point guards that we have ever seen. Also one of the greatest undersized point guards that we've ever seen, as standing at only 6 feet tall. He's also one of the most efficient. For his career, he shot 47% from the field, 37% from 3, and 87% from the free throw line. He offers more than being just the #1 scoring option and the ability to run the show. It's his leadership that really displays his true greatness. However, it's no secret that CP3's leadership is also what caused a lot of friction between him and other stars throughout his career. One example of this is the Chris Paul and Blake Griffin Clippers, also known as the Lob City era, back when they played 6 seasons together and could never quite get over the hump when they played for the Clippers. Chris Paul's leadership and ability to run a show also helped elevate the games of Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, turning them into perennial all-stars. But after blowing a 3-1 lead to the Houston Rockets, which was led by Josh Smith, Lob City would come to an end, especially with the Golden State era on the rise and taking over the league. Stories of friction between Chris Paul and Blake Griffin would eventually erupt due to Chris Paul allegedly being hard to play with, having such a strong personality, and guys just not wanting to play with Chris Paul anymore. We will see more of this story when Chris Paul would eventually be traded to the Houston Rockets to play alongside former MVP James Harden. It took all of 2 seasons for the friction with another co-star in James Harden, along with injuries for Chris Paul, for them to fall short of yet another finals appearance. Video evidence of friction between Chris Paul and James Harden will also surface, as the co-stars just could not seem to get on the same page on the sidelines during an actual regular season game. But Chris Paul brought an overall toughness and defensive culture to the Rockets. However, it was not enough to keep him in Houston. On July 16, 2019, OKC traded Russell Westbrook for Chris Paul and 4 picks. At this point, Chris Paul was written off as a has-been, but the league was in for a big shock. ESPN gave OKC a 0.2% to even make the playoff after the addition of Chris Paul. That was by far the worst percentage in the conference. But due to the leadership of Chris Paul, OKC ended up going 49-33, shocking everybody. They ended up as a 6th seed and took CP3's former team, the Rockets, 7 games, in which they only lost by 2 points. This proved that CP3 wasn't done and is an excellent leader. With no one to rival CP3's seniority, guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Dort, and Dennis Schroeder were all led by Chris Paul, and you saw the leaps taken in their individual games under the leadership of CP3. With the shocking success that OKC ended up having due to the leadership of Chris Paul, it's no wonder why Phoenix traded for him. With 2 young cornerstones in Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, bringing in a true leader will be just the thing to not only elevate them to the next level, but also make the Suns respectable again. So that's exactly what they did. On November 16, 2020, OKC traded Chris Paul and Abdel Nader to Phoenix for Ty Jerome, Jalen Lee, Kelly Oubre, Ricky Rubio, and a 2022 first-round pick. Thinking back, we know who won this trade. It's actually questionable now that Chris Paul was let go for such little. With Phoenix going undefeated in the bubble and Chris Paul having found new life in his career, the timing of this trade could not have been better. Guys like Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Cam Johnson, Cameron Payne, and Mikal Bridges all speak highly of Chris Paul, and his impact is even shown. Some would even argue that Chris Paul should be in MVP talks for the regular season. Since adding Chris Paul to the Suns, they've won 17 more games despite only having a 72-game season this year. Went from being a 10th seeded team last year to a 2nd seed team this year, and have a competitive and winning culture due to the fact that Chris Paul demands greatness from his team, and he always has. His leadership may have been taken for granted in LA and Houston, but with a young, talented, and hungry team in Phoenix, CP is on the verge of going to his first NBA Finals and even potentially winning his first rings. Who knows, he may even win Finals MVP. All things considered, it's safe to say that CP3 effect has been a success in Phoenix. You guys let me know if you agree or if you even believe in the Chris Paul effect. Would the Suns have been this good without him? Or was Chris Paul really the missing ingredient to a championship formula? Comment down below what you think. Make sure you like the video. I'm Iconic Ty. Don't ask me why. and I'm out.